Welcome back to another segment of Manifest with SII Power with your host Dwight. And on this segment, we're going to talk about responding and reacting. This is an important topic. I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I kind of want to just dive into it a little bit. I want to first thank you for liking and commenting on your favorite videos, those who have been returning. And I'd like to thank you for also sharing the channel with others. And I'd like to thank you for subscribing to the channel and supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we talk about reacting versus responding. We're talking about, are you giving your power away or are you staying in your power? When you react, you put yourself on the hamster wheel and it's like a failure loop, right? So someone cuts you off on the road or someone don't let you turn out, you flip them the birdie, you get upset and you express, you waste energy versus standing in your power and responding, you know, asking yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I glean from this? Um, what is this trying to show me? What is this teaching me? Or just understanding that maybe that person got some, contrary news or they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, et cetera, et cetera. The point of it is that you got to stay in control and you got to stand in your power and ask yourself the right set of questions, because I know through experience and I've been told through good authority, through training and teaching, um, that those who ask the right questions empower themselves and they end up on the right side of the equation, whereas those that react and don't ask themselves the right questions or that ask the wrong questions, they end up on the wrong side of the equation. So here's the thing. The reason you got to stand in your power is because you are the one that gives meaning, that gives value to things. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. So you are the one assigning value. You are the one giving meaning to things. You know how reality creation works, right? It's a mirror reflection, and what you call something, it has to become that. So if you call it bad, it has to become bad. If you call it unfortunate, it has to become unfortunate for you. It becomes a truth in your reality. So this is why you got to stand in your power and you got to be aware. You got to be self-aware and you got to be the observer and you got to be watching yourself, because you are the agency, you are the power, you are the source. Nothing is cast in stone. Nothing is final. You can change anything. So this is why you got to be conscientious or cognizant and aware of what's going on so that you can frame it right, so that you can name it right, you can label it right, you can assign the right value to it, you can assign the right meaning to it, because nothing has any power except the meaning you give it, right? Nothing has any meaning except the meaning you give it. So if you can take it in stride and try to learn something from it or make it work for you instead of against you, that's powerful. You know, 9 out of 10 people, something happens, somebody don't let a person out on the road. 9 out of 10 of them are going to use profanity or flip them the birdie. But you be that 1 out of 10 that says, hey, maybe that person's really got, you know, some things going on, or they really got to get to where they're going. I'm going to get to work safe. I'm going to have a blessed day. I'm going to return back to my family safely. Whatever the case may be. The point of it is you can't be reacting and getting on that failure loop. You got to do whatever it takes. Program yourself to ask questions, empowering questions. Okay, why did this happen? What can I learn from this? What can I glean from this? What can I hasten from this? What can this teach me? Can this teach me patience? Can this enhance my patience? whatever the case may be, because you need to be able to stay in your power, because you are the chief operant power. You're the God of your reality. You are creating. Everything you do is expressing energy, and it's creating something to work in harmony with you or something to work against you. You're the power. It's important to understand this. So whenever anything happens, you're able to be aware, and you're able to make the right decision on how you should respond versus reacting. This is very important. It's how you're creating everything. Just like your internal conversation is creating things, your reaction or your response is also creating things. Reactions is creating things working not in your favor. Responding, right? Standing in your power and responding is making the situation work for you. So it's important to have this open line of communication with yourself. It's important to be optimistic. It's important to ask empowering questions. Don't let anyone force you to utilize your energy in a negative way, because the world's going to give you 98% negativity anyways. So you may as well be alert, be aware, be conscious, be cognizant, be able to discern the moment and use it as a tool to enhance your growth, right? Your maturity. This is important. Remember, you assign value. You frame things. You label things. You name things. You give things meanings. And you need to make this work for you versus working against you. Okay? We're live on Manifest with SII Power. We're talking about reacting versus responding. And we're encouraging you and admonishing you to stand in your power and choose to respond by, not reacting for 5 seconds or going right into asking yourself empowering questions such as, why did this happen? What lesson is in this for me? What can I take from this? Is this happening to help me work on my patience? How can I turn this into a situation and make it work for me? Because you don't want to let little, one or two incidents ruin your entire, 8 to 12 hour waking day. This is where you got to be understanding that everything is either spending or investing. So if something happens that appears contrary, you invest by, breathing, choosing not to respond at all for 5 to 10 seconds, or you go right into questions, why did this happen? What is it trying to teach me? What lesson is in it for me? What can I take away from this? Has this come to help me with my patience? So on and so forth. It's just important that you remain in control. You know that nothing's cast in stone. You can frame it right. You can name it right. You can label it right. You can assign the right value to it. You can assign the right meaning to it. Because this is how you're creating your life. The way you react to one incident, they said it's about a 91 to 93% chance that you'll react the same way to another incident. And what we call this is being on the hamster wheel or a failure loop, where you're going to continue to get opportunities to react because you reacted that one time. Y'all don't understand, and y'all don't see, y'all don't make the connection on how this is creating your life. But this is so, I'm telling you from experience, from my own life experiences and from leading people and having different incidents occur and so on and so forth. You are always the source of power. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning that you assign it. You get to assign meaning. You get to assign the value. You get to frame it. You get to name it. You get to label it how you see fit, so you can make the scenario, even though it appeared contrary, work in your best interest and learn from it. Enhance your patience, or whatever the lesson may be for you in any given situation. Hope this has been a help to you. Until the next time, once again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking and commenting on your favorite videos. And thank you for sharing the content with others.